Ihr seid bei FluxFM, mein Name ist Daniel Meinel und mir ist jetzt zugeschaltet eine Band aus London, die gerade sehr auf der Hypewelle surft. Black Country New Road, gerade rausgebracht for the first time, ihr Debütalbum. Seit 2018 gibt es die Band und mir zugeschaltet sind jetzt Louis, Charlie und Tyler. Hey, this is Daniel from Berlin-based indie station FluxFM. Happy you found some time talking to us. Are you good?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Yeah, the hype is real. The debut is finally out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
How does it feel that these 3 years of releasing material, releasing singles, building up a fan base, and the pressure of expectations that comes with it is now over?
Big sigh of relief.
Yeah.
About time. It's
Definitely.
Just relief more than anything.
There's a German newspaper that had written, fans are expecting their first record like a singing AstraZeneca vaccine, which I find on one side obviously pretty funny, but also not so far away from reality. How do you process all the honorable words that has been written about you throughout the media? Are you soaking up reviews at all?
That is a very nice thing to say about comparing us to be the musical equivalent of a vaccine. I don't think I agree with it, but it's very, very kind. I think we've been trying to soak it up to the point where it's sort of still like kind of lighthearted and enjoyable, but I don't think we've been taking kind of any of it particularly seriously. I think that we've just kind of been trying to keep a relatively safe distance from it all.
Yeah, focus on one another rather than what other people are writing. It's nice to hear nice things, but I'm making quite an effort to not read too many things, to not inflate my ego or to be hurt. It works both ways.
Definitely.
Probably the best way. The fact that people have the time to really listen to music properly these days, do you think that helped you as a band that is making music that is everything but soft-washed radio-esque, but where you have to pay attention to process what is going on?
Yeah, I hadn't really actually thought about it like that. I guess, yeah, I mean, I suppose people do have much more time to listen to music. I mean, I certainly have had a lot more time to listen to like more music and listen to a lot of stuff that I would never have kind of approached before lockdown. So I guess, yeah, it is very lucky that people have the time to kind of sit down and enjoy our music. I suppose that's how any artist would kind of want their music to be enjoyed, with people's attention. And so for that reason, I think, yeah, we should consider ourselves quite lucky.
Yeah, because like you say, it's not radio friendly. So we'd
9
be
minutes,
screwed
9
if we
minutes.
relied on radio.
So let's talk about you as a band. One half of the band is classically trained, the other half self-educated. Is this one reason why For the First Time sounds like it sounds?
Yeah, it's why a lot of Black Country New Road sounds the way that it does. It's a different language that you have to find, that is the in-between of classical and self-taught musicians, and that is quite a unique language that you find, and that is what Black Country New Road is.
It's given us a lot of time to kind of, though, I think, in those 3 years of working with each other and playing with each other and having that nice split, I think we've learned a huge amount from one another, and we've learned and built up a really kind of nice in-between language where it's almost become less about the vocabulary of kind of classical language and sort of or sort of Luddite like language. It's just about being able to feel one another and feel out how we play music together, which is really, really awesome.
What are the other ingredients that define the soundscape of your band?
Friendship.
100%. Yeah.
And love.
Definitely.
Oh.
I think, yeah.
So in my opinion, it's kind of boring to talk about your past. So let's look forward. What's the job of a band that has just released an astonishing record but isn't able to tour that body of work?
Write a better second one.
Oh,
which we're working on.
Yeah, tell us more.
Yeah, so that's what we've been doing basically is the last sort of few weeks. We've been, actually it's kind of been percolating for a pretty long time, and some of the songs that we have been playing for a while that haven't ended up on the album are definitely sort of really nice starting points for where we're kind of envisaging the second album to go. And yeah, I mean, I think given all we've had all this time, we've had all this, free space to write and to think and to gestate the last year or so. And yeah, we just started getting together and properly thinking about the second album, which is exciting.
Crazy. There are melodic guitar chords stopped by free jazz, waltz, folklore, teared down by noise. This amount of twists and turns is bloody crazy, in my opinion. I mean, only one of them would be enough. Only one of them would be enough for a whole song for some bands, or even a whole album. So, what is next to come? How do you, come up with new ideas? What are your inspirational twists and turns?
I mean, it's going to change. We've learned from the first album that what exactly it is that we're trying to say, or just another way of saying it, and to not approach it in the same way, and to try and say something within the space of a shorter song. We weren't very concise in the first album. It was all over the place, and that was because the album was not written as an album. It was written as songs, as individual pieces of work that were just meant to be things that we performed to people. And it wasn't a conceptual album in any way. We're veering away from that. And the second album will be more of a narrative that happens across the course of more than 6 songs. Yeah.
Okay.
We're still figuring things out.
Yeah. When you say you work on a second record, do you still have regular day jobs? And if yes, how easy is it organizing the band life of a 7-piece formation?
I mean, I'm still a student. Half the band, 3 out of 4 of the band 4 out of 7 of the band are still students. And that's actually, the lockdown has been so lucky. Like, it's been great. It means that I haven't had to drop out of university, because otherwise it would have been completely impossible to finish my degree and finish something that I've kind of also been pursuing for about 3 years. And so I suppose to that extent, it was pretty difficult to manage and sort of balance beforehand, but this lockdown has actually been a real relief, I suppose, in terms of just kind of finishing off all of the projects which we'd started before we reached the point where we are now kind of considering making the band a thing we really devote all of our time to. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. A thing I read about Isaac is that he is the Jim Morrison of the Brexit era, and implicitly statued you as a band as a voice of a generation, kind of. Do you feel comfortable with that, with something like that?
It's absolutely not.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that is one of the craziest.
Oh my! We are not the face of anything. We are not. We're not trying to get politically or socially involved in anything. We are just here to make something creative, and for people to feel something about it, but not to say anything,
Yeah, I mean, for the record, we don't like Brexit. We think it's a terrible thing, but we also don't want to be, definitely not the backing band for the Jim Morrison.
I'm so thankful that you say it.
Yeah, God, yeah, absolutely not.
But whatever opinions we have on something like Brexit or anything, they are what we personally have opinions on. Black Country New Road is a entity that is just music. That's all that is,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a sense of kind of frustration in your songs, and an entertaining, in my opinion, hide and seek game of dissonance and harmony. How many of this is constructed beforehand, and how many is improvisation?
It's all pretty much now constructed beforehand, and I think it is really considered. And Lewis puts it always sort of very well that that's just the nature of music. Obviously, a lot of music that we all enjoy, that kind of marriage and that chase between build up of stress and then release, or tension and release is how he sort of puts it. And the use of like pleasant harmony and dissonance is completely part of that. I think, it's something that we all considered beforehand, how to properly construct a worthwhile sort of bit of tension and how best to kind of explore its release, really, or whether to at all.
Okay. So at the very end of our talk, I want to point out the connection between you and bands like Squid or Goat Girls or Fat White Family or Black Midi. Could you explain what is going on in the shade of the windmill surrounding? What is the magic trick of the windmill?
The inclusivity of it. Anyone from any background that makes any kind of music, that has little to no experience, can come and do whatever they want to do because of Tim Perry, who runs it. Tim Perry is an angel sent from heaven. He's the reason why so many bands have begun their musical career, and how they felt accepted into the music scene in London. And we have so much to thank him for.
Definitely. I think also like that this is also worth mentioning that, like, although Shame and Goat Girl and Black Media, I suppose Squid and us to an extent have really benefited in the public sort of domain off the back of the windmill. Its inclusivity can't be sort of limited just to those bands and the range of sounds those bands kind of express. It is so vast, all of the stuff that gets put on at the windmill. Like, there are so many bands, so many different voices, all sorts of people that Tim has just taken the chance on to put them on for their first ever nights and let them build sort of names themselves and sort of the local and regional scene. It's really incredible. Like, we can't sing his praises enough, because we wouldn't be here, without him, essentially.
Great. Charlie, Tyler, thanks for taking the time. Good luck for the work on your second album, and good luck for 2021. Hopefully you can tour again pretty soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And again, congratulations to this fantastic album.
Thank you very much. Means a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop the recording or just let it run. Thank you guys. It's been fun meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Good
hopefully
chat.
you can come over as soon as possible to Germany to play some shows. I mean, you've booked some for November, I read, or something like that.
Yeah. That's a rescheduled tour, and just fingers crossed that it actually happens. But let's remain hopeful.
Fingers crossed.
Definitely.
Tyler, Charlie, bye-bye. Thank you.
Love you to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, cheers, Daniel. Bye-bye.
Bye.